Please welcome Maya.
Hi, my name is Maya, and I'm a proud design student and a senior. For my Zenith project, I decided to explore miniatures, which, if you don't know what miniatures are, they're basically like small-scale versions of like everyday objects, and they're usually arranged to create like a setting or like a small little world. So yeah. So for inspiration, I actually really loved like collecting like doll houses as a kid. So I have a lot of just like old dollhouse structures that I went back and looked at, and that honestly inspired me a lot when I was starting out. I just always loved like little structures and like fairy houses and things like that, so I thought I'd try to make some of my own. But after I did some research, there were two artists that I really enjoyed, Joshua Smith and Lori Nix. Specifically, Lori Nix, I really liked hers because her structures were like very modern. So yeah, I really like her style, really inspired me. And so originally I was going to make two like little room settings, like a living room and a kitchen, and just like design the accessories and just put it all together. But then Miss P told me about this thing called book nooks, and they're so cute. They're like little tiny worlds that fit into your bookshelf, and so like they're like built in like a hollow book spine, and like it's right over here. There's somebody looking. Anyway, you can see it. So yeah, it literally looks like there's like a world in the bookshelf. So I decided to do a garden book nook and a library book nook. So yeah, so for production, basically I kind of had to work from like the bottom up. So I had to make all of like the little components and the accessories, and then kind of like layer them. So here are some of the things I did. I kind of like printed and cut my own like book posters for the library. I like cut plastic for like the windows. I put together the like wood, the foundations, and I actually found these really cute like sets of like themed like mini furniture. So I was really grateful for that because they made this a lot easier and they were so cute. And then I also incorporated lights into both of them. So I used circuit boards for that. Here's some progress shots. The first one is from, or the one on the right, I guess, or left, is like part of my garden book nook, and it's basically the back wall. So I have my door and then some wall art. And then for the library, that's like a little bookshelf. And then just like a garden shelf with some gardening supplies, and then another shelf for plants and books and stuff like that. So, I guess I'll show you guys the ones I made now. So, they have lights. So this is the first one, the garden one. And then the library one. So yeah. And so in terms of like skills that I learned a little bit about interior design because I had to like work with the placement of different accessories. And I quickly learned like what doesn't look good and what does look good. And I also worked like physically with like wood and like glue and like really tools that were very foreign to me, like blade cutters and like insulation tape. So that was fun but messy. And I also learned like kind of like broader skills. Like, by the way, this takes a lot of attention to detail. So like I literally had to get like magnifying glasses and like tweezers because I couldn't like see some of the parts because they were so small. So yeah, again, here are the final products of my garden house and my library. So yeah, in terms of, There we go. Yeah, in terms of challenges and takeaways, The biggest challenge for me, honestly, was my hands kept getting stuck together because of the glue. So yeah, literally, the pieces would get stuck to me. It was so bad. So I had to get gloves eventually. Also, I had a lot of trial and error with the glue. I used like 3 types of glues before I found one that Miss P told me about that is like so good. But yeah, hot glue basically, as you can see, very bad at the bottom. It was just messy, it would just like slide out, it just looked bad. The liquid glue, the wood glue, it takes like 30 minutes to dry, so it was really hard to work with, really slippery. And then, yeah, liquid super glue was also a bust. So I ended up going with like gel glue, which is amazing, and if I ever do this again, I'm gonna use gel glue for sure. Yeah, that's it.
Are you gonna make more?
Definitely, this was so fun, and it's like so therapeutic. It is a little bit stressful because you're working with like such tiny pieces, but it's so fun. Ava.
2 things. Where did you get like your tiny little pieces and stuff, like the chairs and like the pillows and stuff?
Yeah. So I actually, some of them I got from like Michael's. A lot of like the like accessory kits were on Amazon, so that was great. And then a lot of the like little pieces, like the posters and rolled up things, I made myself. So yeah, just a combination. Natalie.
How does gel glue differ from your other glues?
So it's more like contained, I guess. Like when you like squirt it out, it doesn't like, I don't know the word for it, like smudge everywhere. Yeah. So when you like try to put something on it, it's not gonna like smudge everywhere. It's just in place. And then there's another thing I forgot to mention. It's called accelerator. It's basically like it like binds 2 different pieces together, which was really helpful. And you just like spray it, and that was like perfect. So.
How long does it take to do like one specifically?
Ooh. Honestly, it depends on the thing. Like, for some reason, I spent like 30 minutes trying to like roll a little like cloth on the chair. So that took a long time because I was being a perfectionist about the position. But other things like the little rolled up papers, they usually like 2 minutes. What's your flow?
So how much would you take for one of those? I mean, how much? I would imagine that somebody would want to buy those.
Price. I want to see. I don't know. I mean, I don't like set a price. I feel like maybe like $35.
More,
Okay, 50?
More, buy more.
No, for freestyle, there's a discount. Okay.
She's wearing sunglasses.
Well, I mean, how much do these things sell for in general?
I think somewhere like in the late hundreds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't think
I think that's a $200 item right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll sell it. Make some cash. Yes.
Those are really well made, and I've tried some of those kits before, and it looks exactly like it's really good. I was wondering, I don't know if you said this before, but how did you like plan where the things would go?
Yeah, so sorry I didn't talk about this. I use a lot of like images, things like that for inspiration. And then I also kind of just like put things like stacked in random places. But yeah, I did use a lot of like references and things like that.
Which one's your favorite?
This is a hard question, but I love it. Honestly, I think they're both good. If I'm in like a summery, like fairy garden mood, I like the garden one. But I also love the library. I think that's more fitting for like a book nook because it like fits in my bookshelf. So I like both, but I think the library one was harder to me. Okay.
Thank you. Oh, we got one more?
Oh, sorry, I was just gonna ask about like the most
Enjoyable. Honestly, okay, I haven't done a lot of like physical building. I mostly do like digital stuff. So that was fun because I just like putting on goggles and doing that stuff. It just makes me feel so like professional when I'm not. So, yeah.